Some people just can't help collecting children, baby mamas, and baby daddies like Pokémon cards, including Hollywood celebrities. In this video, we're going to be highlighting the procreation proclivities of actor, comedian, and singer Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy, born Edward Reagan Murphy on April 3, 1961, first made his mark in the entertainment industry as a stand-up comic. He then shot to fame on the sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live, for which he was a regular cast member from 1980 to 1984. Also during this time, he became a bona fide movie star, thanks to starring roles in the films 48 Hours, Trading Places, and Beverly Hills Cop. He went on to further establish himself as a major box office draw throughout the 80s, 90s, and 2000s with dozens of films, including Coming to America, Harlem Nights, Boomerang, The Nutty Professor, Dr. Dolittle, Shrek, Daddy Daycare, Dreamgirls, and Norbit. But that's not all. Eddie can sing too. He's released 3 studio albums, 1985's How Could It Be, 1989's So Happy, and 1993's Love's Alright. He even had a major hit with his 1985 single, Party All the Time, which peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. My girl wants to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. Now, with all that said, if you think Eddie would be too busy with his work for the ladies, you'd be very wrong. Between 1989 and 2018, he'd have 10 children with 5 different women. Before things popped off though, he'd have a short-lived relationship with Whitney Houston. Her friend Ellen White told People that Whitney was so enamored with Eddie that she made her friends watch Coming to America repeatedly. Whitney's close friend Robin Crawford also addressed their relationship in her book, A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston. She wrote that even as Whitney was building a relationship with future husband Bobby Brown, she was more interested in Eddie, but he was elusive. Robin also claimed that Whitney received a phone call from Eddie on the morning of her wedding to Bobby to tell her that she was making a mistake. You better lay low. Eddie became a father for the first time when girlfriend Paulette McNeely gave birth to their son Eric on July 10, 1989. Very little is known about the dynamics of Eddie and Paulette's relationship. He then began a long-term relationship with Nicole Mitchell after meeting her in 1988 at an NAACP Image Awards show. They lived together for almost 2 years before getting married in 1993. Now, clearly, Eddie was messing around with more than one woman at the same time, according to these dates. Even more proof of that would be evident when he and Nicole started having children. Together, the couple would have 5 children in total. Bria, born November 18, 1989, which means she's only 4 months younger than her half-brother Eric. Eddie would then have a son Christian on November 29, 1990. But it wouldn't be with Nicole. It would be then-girlfriend Tamara Hood, making it obvious that he and Nicole weren't exclusive, they were on a break, or Eddie was spending quality time with whomever else he wanted to behind her back. Eddie and Nicole continued to grow their family with Miles Mitchell, born November 7, 1992, Shane Audra, born October 10, 1994, Zola Ivy, born December 24, 1999, and Bella Zara, born January 29, 2002. In 2005, Nicole filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized the following year. Eddie then had 2 short-lived romances, one of which produced a child, and the other a fake marriage. In 2006, he began dating former Spice Girl Melanie Brown. According to her, it was love at first sight when the two met at a dinner party at Eddie's house. Then she became pregnant, and all hell broke loose. Eddie actually denied being the father, telling a Dutch TV show of Melanie's pregnancy, "I don't know whose child that is until it comes out and has a blood test." Melanie insisted that she and Eddie planned their pregnancy and even intended to get married. She gave birth to a baby girl named Angel Iris Murphy Brown on Eddie's 46th birthday, April 3, 2007. In May, Melanie told People Eddie not only was refusing to take a paternity test, but that he also had not contacted her since Angel was born. That June, representatives for Melanie announced that a DNA test had confirmed Eddie. You are the father! She'd also stated in an interview that he'd not sought a relationship with their daughter, although it was later reported in 2010 that Eddie was getting to know her. After all that, in her 2018 memoir, Brutally Honest, Melanie states that Eddie is the great love of her life.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
On January 1st, 2008, Eddie and businesswoman and television producer Tracey Edmonds, also known as Kenneth Babyface Edmonds' ex-wife, exchanged vows in a private ceremony on an island off Bora Bora in French Polynesia in front of 25 friends and family. They'd started dating about 5 minutes after Eddie dumped Melanie and got engaged in July 2007. However, just 2 weeks later, Eddie and Tracey would split up. He released the following statement about it to TMZ. After much consideration and discussion, we have jointly decided that we will forego having a legal ceremony as it is not necessary to define our relationship further. While the recent symbolic union in Bora Bora was representative of our deep love, friendship, and respect that we have for one another on a spiritual level, we have decided to remain friends. One wedding guest told people that Eddie didn't seem engaged at the wedding, and another said that the couple fought the entire time. The second guest added that several people could hear them yelling and her crying during the honeymoon evenings. Some suggested that Eddie's mother didn't like Tracey. Additional sources added that a combination of issues, including whether Tracey would change her last name, ultimately led to the relationship's downfall. Eddie would find true love once again by 2012 when he began dating Australian model Paige Butcher. They'd first met on the set of the 2006 film Big Mama's House 2, starring Eddie's friend Martin Lawrence. When he went to visit Martin, Eddie struck up a rapport with Paige, who played a small role in between takes. They'd go on to have a long-term relationship, which would include 2 children, a daughter, Izzy Una, born in 2016, and a son, Max Charles, born in 2018. The couple would also become engaged in 2018, just a couple of months before their son was born. They wouldn't make it down the aisle for several more years, though, finally tying the knot in 2024 in a private ceremony in Anguilla. Eddie has commented on the mixed reaction he gets for having 10 children with 5 women, saying, "Men kind of look at me like, he's crazy. How much did that blank cost? And women, there's something sexy about it. Eddie Murphy must be doing his thing. Eddie Murphy be getting it in."